Greetings, fellow soldiers. I am here to tell you why you should sow discord among the brethren. But first, I want to share a few words about the importance of fellowship and exhortation. So let us dig into what these words mean pretty quickly. The word fellowship, I expect, is more familiar to most people. It relates to companionship, society, and friendly associations. And the Bible is clear that we are supposed to be social beings. From the very beginning, we can see that the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him and help meet for him." And that is Genesis 2:18. So God saw our need as humans for a fellow, a companion, a fellow human companion in this life. And I do not think that this need is limited to the context of marriage. I think it is not good for men or for women to be alone for prolonged periods of time. And this need is so inherent in humans that one of the most severe punishments that you can face in a prison is solitary confinement. And consider that confinement is already the condition you are in when you are in prison. So the punishment portion is entirely the solitude. And personally, I think that this is a cruel and unusual punishment that really, if we were to think about it, we might want to consider if we even want to continue this as a practice. But let us continue to explore these words. So clearly fellowship is important. But what are we going to do about it? Many of us have family meals, worship, and we go to prayer meeting or weekly church services. But are there other opportunities for fellowship? Yes, there are. And I intend to tell you all about one of those options, but first let us explore the second word, exhortation. So now, what is exhortation? So if I am to exhort you, that would mean I would endeavor to encourage, embolden, to cheer, and advise. Exhortation is a strong encouragement, especially encouragement to good deeds, and it also can mean to advise or counsel. So the Bible has some very strong words about exhortation. In the book of Hebrews, chapter 3, verses 12 and 13, it reads, "Take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living God. But exhort one another daily, while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin." In 2 Timothy 4, verse 2, "Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all longsuffering and doctrine." Jude 1:3, "Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered to the saints." He says that it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you. And these situations exist in our lives. There are moments where it is needful for us to exhort one another, to strongly encourage one another. Hebrews 10:24 and 25. "And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more, as ye see the day approaching." So he said this in this time, and when he wrote this, exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. And we see the day approaching, and we ought to so much the more exhort one another, and not forsake the assembling of ourselves together. So how do we assemble ourselves together to have opportunities to exhort one another? Certainly through church, certainly through prayer meeting, and exhort our families and friends and the people we see in our daily lives. But technology is an excellent tool. And I encourage you to use your phone to message people and to call people and to exhort one another, to have online fellowships and those types of things. And I hope to tell you about one of those options that technology offers. So clearly having heard and considered these thoughts in Scriptures, it is clear that we ought to seek frequent fellowship and strive to exhort the brethren and sisters daily, but how? There are many avenues and tools we can use in these days to keep in contact with another, but one of the best ways I have found is through applications like Discord. So it is an application called Discord, and now what does this Discord app do? Well, the Discord application is an application available for free for both your phone or your computer, or both. It enables two or more people to communicate and talk through text, voice, and video if you choose. And I like to describe this app in the form of a short parable. So imagine you have a house where the door is always open, the house is always has electricity, has whatever it needs, and that house has various rooms, and there's a general room, a room marked Bible study, and perhaps another room marked private. And when you go into the house, you can visit whatever room you like. There are friends in each room you can talk to. You can go from room to room. You can have a private conversation in one room with one person. You can have a group conversation with 10 people in another room. You can have a Bible study with 3 people in the Bible study room. And when you're finished, you can leave whenever you like. So the house in this parable is the Discord server, and each room is like a channel on the server, and there's a channel for text, and a channel for general chat, and a channel for Bible study and other ones. And I do not want anyone to be confused by the word server. The server is just like you get invited to a group, and that group, it could be the Army of Youth group is this one here, and you'd be invited to the Army of Youth group, and you would go onto that group, and that group would be called the server, and then within the server there are channels for just text conversation, voice conversations. You can enable video if you want to see each other. And the great thing about technology is it enables us to travel to this digital house that you can talk to 2, 3, 10, 50 people all at once for fellowship without the expense of bringing all them together. And I am not saying that we should not come together. I absolutely firmly believe in coming together in person. But when that is not happening, should we not try to talk to each other? Should we not try to assemble together and exhort one another daily? This is a great tool to do that. See, Discord is often used by video game players who want to accomplish a certain task and are a team working towards a common goal. Or they just are playing their game and they want to have some general socializing. We, as an army of youth, are a team with a common goal and would do well to orchestrate our battle plans in this spiritual warfare, to study the Bible together, to exhort and edify one another, request prayers, and pray for one another earnestly. Discord enables us to do these things while hundreds or thousands of miles separate us. See, years ago, I used a program like Discord to communicate with those I played video games with. And when I devoted my life more wholly to Christ and video games no longer dominated my life, I started to do more face-to-face fellowship with my friends, but I missed the convenience and benefits of using technology to stay close with my friends who were far away. And technology enables us to bridge those gaps and to have 30 people talk to each other who might be in different countries or different parts of the same country. And ever since I stopped that, or at least sometime after I stopped playing video games and stopped using those things so much, this Discord-like program, and I found other like-minded people who also left video games and knew that world, and knew how much of a blessing and how special that is. I've really longed for many years now to see the day where I would see an army of youth using this tool, Discord, or something like it, to exhort and edify each other in fellowship. And I have just begun to see this dream realized, and it is a beautiful thing to see. And I genuinely am just so thankful that it's finally happening. And now you are invited to be a part of this army of youth and to join us as we assemble ourselves together on Discord. And now, before I make that final appeal to sow discord among the brethren, let's look at the words in Proverbs, where it says, in Proverbs 6, verse 19, and this is describing a wicked man, and telling us that this wicked man is a false witness that speaketh lies, and that he soweth discord among the brethren. So if you are in agreement with this message, then let us not be a false witness that speaketh lies. Let us not be like that wicked man who soweth actual discord among the brethren, but let us be true witnesses that speak the truth, and that soweth the Discord app and the channel, or rather the server link, among the brethren. So you can find the link right there in the description. And thank you so much for watching. I exhort you to find fellowship however you can, and if you so choose, to join us in the Army of Youth Discord chat.